So are you trying to create content for your YouTube, your Facebook, and your other social media because you're trying to grow your affiliate marketing business and imposter syndrome has jumped in and threw a wrench in the machine? If it has, just know you're not alone. Imposter syndrome is actually a very common occurrence for people that are stepping outside of their comfort zone. It's your brain's way of trying to protect you. And oddly enough, no matter how far along the journey you go, no matter how much accomplishments that you make, you're still bound to fight this demon. Maya Angelou, after all her success and her impact in the world, is quoted as saying, "I've run a game on everybody, and they're gonna find out." Can you imagine that? Maya Angelou, of all people. And this isn't just isolated to creatives like poets and writers and artists and things like that. Even Einstein struggled with the same problem. Einstein referred to himself as an involuntary swindler whose work didn't deserve as much attention as it had received. So the first thing I want you to really see and realize is that you're not alone. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out, readjust, and realize that what you're going through, what you're experiencing is natural, and it is not a reason to stop. I want you to know that you have talent, you are capable, and you belong. I'm going to give you 3 ways to combat imposter syndrome when it starts creeping up trying to snatch your dreams away. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, we get fixated on the how-tos. We get fixated on the techniques of our business, our ability to write good sales copy, following up efficiently with our leads, lead magnet creation, all these different techniques. And truly, success is only about 20% technique and how-tos and about 80% mindset. The mind controls your actions and your actions govern your results. So the first technique that you can use whenever you start feeling those feelings of doubt and imposter syndrome kicking in is 1, focus on who you are becoming. A lot of times we get fixated on where we're starting from or where we are right now, and we're comparing ourselves to people who may be miles ahead of us in the journey. We'll watch YouTube videos of people that have 1 million followers and they give perfect, flawless deliveries in their videos, and we think, man, I could never do that. I don't know how to be charming. I don't know what to do. I'm a bit introverted. I don't know what to say. And we end up turning our focus inside, and we end up going deeper and deeper in this negative spiral of self-doubt. I had this same issue when I created my very first YouTube video on this channel. I was pacing back and forth in my living room, just telling myself, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I'm gonna sound stupid, people are gonna, find me out that I'm just an idiot, and, I'm gonna mess up, and I'm gonna stutter, and I'm gonna skip over my words, and, it's gonna be terrible. All these different things started popping up. Even though that almost like tape recorded message that kicks up in my mind anytime I step out to do something outside of my comfort zone was starting to play, it was like it was just outside of my conscious awareness. It expressed itself in my conscious mind just as like procrastination or stress. But what I did was sit down and I wrote out my thoughts. I asked myself a series of questions. I started asking myself, why? Whenever I felt myself thinking, I can't do this, I asked myself, why can't I do this? When I heard the little voice say, nobody's gonna watch your videos, nobody's gonna listen to you, you're stupid, and all these different things, I started writing them down. I ended up writing out a full page of a logbook worth of just false beliefs and negative self-talk. And you know what? I actually have it with me. So this is the actual book that I wrote down my false beliefs. And I actually gave it the title of The Lies I Tell Myself. I'll just read you a few just to see if any of them sound familiar. So the voice was saying to me, you're gonna fail. You're gonna embarrass yourself. You don't deserve it. You're a fraud. Give up. You're tired. This is too hard for you. What if it doesn't work? So what I did to actually overcome this is after I dumped every negative thought, everything that I could think of that was in the recesses of my mind, holding me back, telling me to stop, telling me why I can't do this. And I went to the next page and I made a new list. And in this list, I went one by one and I combated each and every false belief. I began to remind myself of my past successes. I began to remind myself of the reason why I was doing this in the first place. In order to impact lives, in order to serve others, in order to help others get financial freedom, to help others find their destiny and their purpose in life. And a funny thing happened. As I went down and I started combating all of these false beliefs, they began to die. And I began to see my only true enemy for who he really was. And I realized that he actually had no power over me. So as you can see, I'm now on like my 10th YouTube video. And although my channel is still very small and I'm not getting very many views, I know that that's only temporary. I know that my efforts and my work and my time is going to pay off. It's going to serve someone. And even if it only helps one person break free and achieve their goals, or break out of self-doubt, or step into the financial freedom that they desire, then it's worth it. The second way that you can combat imposter syndrome when it pops up is to realize that successful people actually fail more than unsuccessful people. So a lot of times we get ourselves so hyped up and psyched up in order to do a flawless job, in order to be so charming on camera, or do a perfect sales pitch, or all these different things. But when in reality, most people that you're looking at who are successful or who have been successful, they didn't do that on their first try out. They've tried thing after thing after thing after thing, and they failed and they failed again and they failed again and they failed forward. And that's not an isolated case where it only falls to like one or two or a few people. This is the regular story of success. So if you're on your journey to success right now, expect failures along the way. Allow yourself room to fail, because in allowing yourself room to fail, you're allowing yourself room to grow. And just know, a lot of things that you try out aren't going to fail, because you're still growing your wings. You're still learning how to walk. You know, when you were a baby, you didn't come out of the room running. You know, you kind of learn to roll over, learn to sit up, then you learn to crawl, and then eventually you worked up to walking, and then you started to run. It's the same way in your business. Give yourself time to be a beginner. Enjoy the moment and take your focus off of yourself and your performance and focus on who you're serving. I want you to just try that the next time you're about to hit that record button or go live in your social media platforms. I want you to stop and pause. When all that nervous energy is building up, when you feel your heart starting to beat fast and your palms starting to sweat, and think to yourself, this isn't about me. This isn't about me. This is about the people that I've promised and I've dedicated and committed myself to serve. This is about them. And I'm going to show up in the best way that I can, with my personal capabilities, at my level, because I am talented, I am capable, and I belong. I want you to say that to yourself every time you start to feel this feeling of being an imposter creep up. Now, really quick, before I give you the last strategy or the last way to combat the imposter syndrome, I want you to go down and click like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be updated when I upload new content. Because I am committed to creating content and serving you, the new or growing online entrepreneur. Now, the third way that I'm going to give you to combat imposter syndrome is this. Realize that honesty and authenticity builds trust, and trust builds businesses. So many times people go into online entrepreneurship to just make money, and I understand it, it's a business. But people fail to realize that even though it may feel pretty far removed because you're online, you're conducting most of your business through your Facebook, your social media, your YouTube, your email, that you can kind of feel detached, almost as if you're dealing with names on a list or engagement numbers on a post or things like that. But you have to remember that at the core of it, business is all about people and building relationships. Because at the end of the day, email addresses, hearts, likes, subscriptions, subscribers are not going to fill your wallet, nor is it going to give you a sense of fulfillment in life. What's going to do that is your connection and the impact you make on the lives and businesses of others. So those were the 3 ways that you can combat imposter syndrome when it starts to pop up and try to hold you back from reaching your goals and your dream. And that was 1, focus on who you're becoming. Number 2, realize that successful people fail more than unsuccessful people. And number 3, realize that honesty and authenticity builds trust, and trust builds businesses. So that's all I have for you in this video. Let me know in the comments which of the 3 ways that I gave you can relate to the most. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.